quote none! You don't quote none!
What's going on, Tar Heel Nation? It is your favorite North Carolinian, Russ the Tar Heel. And in this episode of Russ's Rant in the Tar Heel Mobile, I want to talk to you a little bit about the disrespect that's coming North Carolina's way, sitting at 5-0 and number 12 in the nation. And I want to talk to you about what it's going to take in order to remedy said disrespect. Now, I really hope that Mac Brown and, Gene Chizik and Chip Lindsey and all of the North Carolina football players, I hope that they see this, okay? Because I want to let you know, first and foremost, that your boy Russ is completely behind you guys. I have faith in what you guys are doing and what you are accomplishing, and I feel really good about this football team, about this football game, and I think we're going to handle business. I really do. But it's interesting that the national media and college football fans around the world seem to have a very different perception of the outcome of this game. And you know what? Quite frankly, there's a part of me that understands it, and then there's a part of me that it just absolutely baffles my mind. And, I don't know if it's just, ignorance or arrogance, or people just don't watch college football. A lot of people like to talk about things, and I know this, but people like to talk about things that they know absolutely nothing about. It's not just college football, it's politics and religion, and they like to have opinions on things, and they haven't studied at all. It's just what somebody told them, or they heard some podcaster say this, or et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. It's kind of like, the person that wants to talk religion to you, but they've never read, for instance, if you're a professed Christian and you've never read the Bible, but then you want to tell me, what is this religion? Or you're a Muslim and you've never read the Quran, and you want to tell me, what is this religion? Or, we talk about politics. You want to say that you're on this side of the aisle, or you're on this side of the aisle, but you don't know what the other side actually really believes. You just basically have this secondhand information that's been force-fed to you, and because you lack the integrity to go and look at something yourself and to actually fact check and research, and because it takes a little bit of time and effort, you just take what people tell you, and then you do have the time and effort to get there on the keyboard and start typing away about how Miami is about to have a bounce back game. And I've seen some ridiculous comments about Miami's coming in and they're going to win 42-17. Are you out of your stinking mind? You can't. Are you a real person? Can somebody pinch me, or maybe just get this bot out of the chat group? I don't understand what's going on here. I don't understand how you can look yourself in the mirror and you can legitimately say with a straight face, or on your keyboard, typing away with your tongue out with Cheetos on your stinking chest, and you're like, oh yeah, Miami's about to go in there, bounce back, pissed off, 42-17. Do you have all your chromosomes, man? No disrespect to anybody that's impacted, but, just to make a point here, you can't be serious, bro. You can't be serious. And so I've been seeing all these just ridiculous scores, and then people, you picked Carolina to win by 20. Yeah, Carolina's got a lot of things going for them, And it's like I explained to somebody in one of these videos, is that you can't just look at pieces of paper with stars beside people's names and then say, oh yeah, this team right here, they're going to beat this team right here. college football is like a soap opera. You have to read between the lines. Every football game is its own separate chapter. It's its own segment between commercial breaks. And when you look at what Carolina has accomplished and where they are right now as a football team, you have got to be out of your stinking mind to even try to put Miami on that same level as in what they've accomplished and where they stand right now. It's just, I'm not going to lie, man. I think it's just unbelievable. It's unbelievable. And the problem is that people get caught up with the name on the chest. Now, some of this has to do with self-inflicted injuries over decades worth of football. And so people have, this inability to kind of focus on the moment, and they love to just dwell on the past. And there's nobody that loves to dwell on the past more than a Miami Hurricane fan. I mean, every year the U is back, and I mean, they just love to talk about those glory days. But that's what they were. They were the glory days. Talking to a Miami Hurricane fan is like talking to, Uncle Rico. It's the guy that's the high school quarterback, that just swears up and down that if coach would have just gave him a second chance, they would have taken state. Not only that, Miami Hurricanes fans are like Uncle Rico outside of his van with the camera, throwing footballs around, sending tapes in because they think that they're still that same high school quarterback. Like, bro, it's time to kind of just take a little reality check, man. Just take a second to just come back down to earth. Just breathe. I need you to inhale, exhale. Let's do it one more time. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, exhale. Because some of the predictions that I've been seeing, and like I said when I was talking with Coop, who I cannot sing his praises enough because Coop is reasonable, but I have already seen a ton of unreasonable Hurricanes fans, just unreasonable. People like, we're gonna run the table, except we might lose to Florida State. And then we'll be in the ACC championship game, and then we're going to beat Florida State in the ACC championship game. Like, what? What are you talking about, bro? Nobody's going to the ACC championship this year with 2 conference losses. It's not happening. Just delusional. Just delusional. 42-17 at Carolina after you just had the most gut-wrenching, heartbreaking loss in possibly Hurricanes history, at least in recent history. And you guys are all, the coaching staff finally came in the middle of the week and corrected everything. Oh, yeah, it was my fault. But initially, it was, old boy should have hold on to the football. I told him 2 hands kind of talk. So now, understanding the repercussions of having that kind of attitude and how you might, basically throw your team under the bus, not having their back, not taking ownership of your own faults. You come out later and you're like, you know what? It was my fault. Yeah, we know. We know. But if you don't think that that's in the back of that team's mind, come on, dude. Come on. It's in the back of that team's mind. And they very well may band together. They might. They may say, hey, this crap stops right here. We ain't having that kind of game again. We got each other's back, etc., etc. But you know what? At the first sign of adversity, what happens? It's human nature, bro. It's human nature after you experience something like that. I'm not saying it's right or wrong, but people start pointing fingers. And then a fracture becomes a full-blown stinking break. And that's what Carolina needs to do this Saturday. I hope Mac Brown doesn't pull any punches, man. Don't feel sorry for them. None of that. Carolina needs to take advantage of this opportunity and come for their stinking head. I'm real fired up about this, man. I'm real fired up about this because, once again, I cannot believe the absolute disrespect. Just people, Miami's going to bounce back. It's like, bro, have you watched any college football this year? Have you watched any college football this year? Have you watched the Heels this year at all compared to last year? Have you heard these kids talk in their press conference? This ain't no coach speak crap. These kids are focused, man. It's a different football team. That's why I've been telling the Tar Heel Nation, like, hey, bro, it's time to get on the ship, man. It's time to get on there and get behind these kids' back, man, because this is a different football team. I'm not looking for a letdown game because those boys are looking back to 2022. It's not happening. It's not happening. Now, like I said, can Miami come in and win? Sure. I'm not saying they can't come in and win, but don't be so ridiculous as to sit there and insinuate that North Carolina is, on the verge of losing by 25 at home. Good night. Get that Tweedledee hypocritical. And then people want to call me a homer. Oh, this guy's a homer. He's a homer. He's just a North Carolina fan. He's put up stupid numbers. That's stupid. 37-17. How could he do that? I got Miami 48 to... Oh, no. One guy said 49-38. Miami. Are you out of your mind? Y'all just had the worst loss in your program's history, basically. It's embarrassing. It's ridiculous. You've been screaming your back for 4 or 5 weeks. Then you lose at Georgia Tech at home. Carolina's number 12. They're undefeated. They're 4-0 versus P5. It's in Chapel Hill. Night game. Sold out crowd. We've beat you 4 times in a row. Your starting quarterback is into the last 2 games by throwing an interception. And you are so brazen as to call me a homer because I said that Carolina might win this one big. And then you have the audacity to say Miami's going to come in there and win by double digits. But I'm the stinking homer. Oh my goodness, man. Just ridiculous. Do you even hear yourself? Oh, man. You know what needs to happen, man? You know what needs to happen? Because apparently getting your ass handed to you for 4 stinking years in a row is not enough. These Miami fans are stinking delusional, bro. They just forget about 2020. Well, you've only beat us by 3 points each of the last 2 years. Yeah, I know, but we won. And then some of these clowns, not all Miami fans, but a lot of them. Good night. It's a lot of them. I mean, some of these people are clowns, man. Some of these people are clowns. I had some clown talking about the App State game. You guys got taken to double overtime by App State. You guys are terrible. But we won. You lost. I mean, and people outside of the state of North Carolina, they don't understand that game. That's App State's Super Bowl, bro. They punch up. Not to mention they beat the same Texas A&M team that you beat, and you guys want to hang your hat on, like that was your stinking coming out party. Like some of these kids don't think, man. They just don't think their thoughts through. I can't, man, that crap bothers me. It just bothers me. Like, think for a second about what you're saying. At least at least, it doesn't matter how outlandish it is, please put some reasoning behind it. Some of you guys just throw crap out there. Oh, he's a homer. Got the Canes 48-39. 49-38. What is your reasoning? If you were to give me some reason, I could accept it. But then you guys come on there and you start calling me a homer and stuff, and, well, I didn't think your breakdown was very good. You didn't think my breakdown was very good? Yeah, I came on here because I wanted to hear you talk about some of Carolina's weaknesses that Miami could exploit. I talked about the offensive line and how good Miami's defensive line is. I'm sorry that I can't point to a bunch of weaknesses for you. This isn't your daddy's Carolina team. And it's not your daddy's Miami Hurricanes team. And I know, Hurricane Nation, that you want to be back so bad. I know it. Heck, man, if we had that history, I can't even imagine. I can't even imagine what teams like Miami and Nebraska and, I can't imagine that. Shoot, we're just trying to get up there. But listening to some of these guys talk, just dwelling on the past, and I'm talking about like the deep past, it's unreasonable. It's just, man, it's frustrating. It's like, what is wrong with you? Sorry, guys. You can only bottle this crap up for so long, man, when you just, you just sit there and you try to take it, and then you're just inundated with moronic chatter, just unreasonableness, and, and they think they're intelligent. Crap bothers me. It bothers your boy, man. It bothers your boy. So what North Carolina needs to do is they need to just keep stacking W's, man. They just need to keep stacking W's. We need to be focused on us anyway. You know what? I want to go ahead and apologize. In the middle of this video, we're going to keep it how it is. I shouldn't be letting these stinking clowns get me worked up so much, man. Shouldn't be letting these clowns get me so worked up. The reason that they're so, so adamant right now, they're trying to they're punching up, is because at the end of the day, they're insecure. You're a basketball school. We're Miami. Okay, buddy. Then you don't got nothing to worry about. Why are you worried about little old me? Let me run my stinking mouth. This guy, stinking farmer friend, it's unbelievable, man. So I had to get on here, dude, and just kind of let loose a little bit about some of these Hurricanes fans and what Carolina needs to do to just shut their mouth, bro. And I know what'll happen. Yeah, they got a couple of bad breaks, but at the end of the day, man, y'all still had multiple opportunities to beat Georgia Tech, and, you did it. So you can try to blame it on the Zebras all you want. The world's out against Miami. They don't want us to be back. We're playing 11 plus the Zebras every game. Get out of here, bro. Nobody cares about you guys. Referees care about you guys. Nobody cares, man. It's old news, bro. That's all it is. It's old news. And it's hard because on one hand, you got stinking great people like Coach Coop that I respect because he's reasonable. And on the other hand, you got just clowns. Just stinking clowns. And does every fan base have them? Yeah, sure, they do. But good night, man. Y'all boys are vocal about it. Y'all boys are vocal. Just let me get on here and like a stinking dog, just clapping away at the keyboard with just there's what's the word I'm looking for? There's no basis to what you're saying. There's no meat. It's just like it's a salad with nothing in it. It's just lettuce. That's all it is. And you're like, ha! And then some of these knuckleheads will just just over and over and over. And it's like, man, bro, you're not saying anything. You're not saying anything. You're just not saying anything. And I don't know if I've been as frustrated with being on the internet as much as I have ever since, a night and a half ago? I don't know, man. Good night, dude. Whew. I try to calm myself, man. And you know what? I just can't let it go. Maybe it's because I'm stinking new to this, but I have a hard time with letting stupidity just go. Gotta let you know. Hey, man, you're not being very intelligent right now. I gotta call you on it, bro. Last thing I want is for you to think that, to go about your day thinking that you've educated anybody. Some of you guys, man. Unbelievable. Pointing to the schedule. You guys ain't played nobody. Look at South Carolina. South Carolina's got 3 losses to top 25 teams. You knuckle draggers. Currently, number 12 North Carolina, number 1 Georgia, the back-to-back national champions that they led at the half. Number 19 Tennessee in Knoxville. Well, South Carolina's only 2-3. And then you guys want to point to Texas A&M. Texas A&M, man, they're pretty good. They played Bama tough. Who is Alabama this year? I mean, okay. Carolina fans, we're not going to sit there and pull this out because South Carolina was leading at halftime. We don't do that because we're not so desperate for everyone's acceptance, man. You guys are it's borderline weird, man. Some of these guys, it's like, look at me again. I want to be looked at. Hey, bud. Sometimes, man, sometimes it's come and gone, man. And then the banner gets handed off to another team. I'm just saying, man. So, as we wrap this one up, bro, like I said, what Carolina needs to do, man, they need to come out there and stink and handle business. I bet you these boys are focused. I got faith in Mac Brown. I told you guys that before the beginning of the season. I'm not worried at all about a letdown. I'm not, because I think these kids know. And I think that they know what they have on tap as far as a special season is concerned. Now, like I said, if the cards all stinking fall in line, if those dominoes all fall in line like I'm thinking that they possibly might, Carolina might walk away with it. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. If not, it could be a close football game. But don't you in your stinking wildest dreams sit here and try to tell me that Miami's coming into Chapel Hill and they're about to blow the doors off of that thing. Get the heck out of here, bro. Get the heck out of here, man. And you don't give no reason behind it. Just running your stinking mouth. Anyway, I love you guys, Tar Heel Nation. Tomorrow's game day, baby. And that's where all the stinking talking stops. And then boys finally get the pads on and start clapping. And then you know what? Somebody's got some stinking checks that they got to cash. Somebody's got some stinking checks that they got to cash. And I'll tell you what, if it's me, I'll man up. I'm going to be right here. I will be right here, baby. Ain't going nowhere. But I'm telling you right now, them Heels are going to get it done tomorrow. Going to get it done. So, if you haven't already, baby, if you are a Tar Heel, man, it's time to go back to back. It's time to get on this bandwagon. Get on the train, bro. Here we go. Here we go, man. Don't jump on this thing later. Don't jump on this thing later and try to claim that you've been here the whole time. Get on this bad boy right now. Like, share, subscribe, comment down in the comment section if you've had any interactions with some of these clowns. Once again, hey, there's great ones out there, bro. There's great ones out there. But some of these guys are just out of their stinking mind.